What did you say?
Nothing. No port tonight, Simon.
Should we just have one for fun?
I'm making sure that...
Yeah, go on, have one for fun.
Do you want one? We'll just have one. They're nice.
Don't you say anything, because you're not drinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you guys.
Okay. You can go.
You can do this again in 2020 and I can join in with the drinking.
Have you got any funny stories from when you've worked here, Elesha, that you can think of? And if it's funny enough, we'll let you go.
I don't know about funny, gosh. Oh yeah, the night that I spilled a whole glass of wine on a man. It was a massive table on table 5, and I think there was like maybe a table of 12 or 14, and they'd only just sat down. It was all adults, no kids or anything like that. And then the couple on the end, I'd given everyone their drinks, and then I'd gotten to the last couple at the end, and I tipped a whole glass of red wine all over his white t-shirt. It went all over him, the chair, everywhere, and they hadn't even eaten dinner or anything like that.
Did they kick up?
It was so horrible.
Did they get upset?
Yeah, he was a little bit upset.
Did you want to charge you? Like, for the bill, I mean? For the dry cleaning? Because that's happened to me.
I felt bad because they hadn't even eaten dinner yet, and he didn't even have any spare clothes. He sat there saturated through his whole dinner.
Like how wet was he?
Like fucking wet.
It's only 150 mil.
No, but it all went on
How
him.
did you
You'd be
spill
surprised
it?
how much.
Did you knock it, or did he try and grab it?
No,
Because that's what happened to me.
I leant with the tray. It was on the tray, and it just went straight on him.
It's like
Just after you grabbed something else off, so like the threw you off?
Yeah, it must have been thrown off, and I will never leave the wine till last again. But yeah. And it just went all over him.
That's happened to me.
And everyone around just looked and thought. Everyone looked at me.
Restaurant.
Everyone.
Felt sorry for
The
you.
whole restaurant was like, oh my God.
This guy's silent.
Yeah.
And every other table she went to, they're like...
I was like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, a bit like that. I was like, I'm not carrying wine for a week. He got up and his face was he was pretty disappointed. He's like, that's all right. That's all right.
Bringing out his shit.
Christ. Into the glass.
Yeah. Free drinks. No.
That happened to me. Do you remember when that happened to me? Or you went?
I was so embarrassed.
I just remember Paul Foxy
like
was
that.
dealt with it.
Foxy.
Yeah. We were at,
fucking fingers Fox.
we were at, they're on table 2, and I was taking over 3 glasses of red wine, and I was giving them out. As I was giving out, the last lady went to grab it. So as she's grabbed it, it's throwing it all off, and I've dropped it. The tray's flipped, everything, and the wine went all over her. And she yelled at me about it, being like, you did that.
Way.
And I said, like, you're not supposed to grab it. And she didn't like that at all. Like, obviously, she's like, you're paying for this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not, but like, see what happens.
Foxy is.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Take
so
it
when I
out of
told,
his
like,
top
the man,
pocket, sort it out.
yeah, take it straight out the till.
Yeah.
Whoop.
600 here.
Don't worry about it, mate. Yeah, I got you covered. So, yeah, I went back to tell the manager, and then anyway, he's like, yeah, we're organising a new set of drinks for him. So anyway, they took up the new set. She did it again.
No way.
Right? No, she tried to reach for it, and I think it was Nada or something was like, no, like like go away kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. Slaps the hand. No, she was like, no. Like she's like, put your hands down, and she put it out. And then, funnily enough, she was like doing something else at the table, and she knocked her second glass over as well.
No way.
Just everywhere all over the table. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, it's like the second time I had to change the table for her.
Clumsy bitch.
Well, at least it was half her fault.
Yeah, 100%. At least that time she couldn't say anything. But yeah, I copped that first one, and I remember her going up to the counter afterwards and being like, you got to get this paid for the dry clean. This isn't a cheap shirt. Blah blah blah.
Oh, at least
But
I
it's
didn't
like-
get any of that.
It was probably some shitty shirt from fucking
Target or something.
Yeah.
city chick.
But that's the thing. Like, if they reach for it, like you're kind of in a shit situation because you have to like pull away, and that makes it uneasy. Or like you let them grab it and you're trying to like counter it. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like
Not
fucking keep
easy.
your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Hey. Let me do my job.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
coming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Funny.
Is that the worst abuse you've copped?
What about when one of the candles lit on fire? I've been waiting for that to happen since I started here. And I think
Did
it
it
was
happen?
Says, yeah, she went to go get something to put it out, and it was something that was going to make the fire worse. And this guy got his shoe from the
What?
table like a customer. On table 15.
Some guy's got his thong off
Yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
A candle lit on fire.
You know how we have candles on the table?
Yeah.
It lit on fire with a napkin. The whole
napkin,
fucking... Yeah.
So
Oh, so
lit a
then they got
napkin on fire.
that sweet paper.
And then
cloth
the
underneath
the
it,
white
so-
paper and everything. Yeah.
That's, yeah, shit.
Yeah.
They're
And
on
I think
loose.
Sez went to chuck an alcoholic drink or something on it or something.
I
and it
probably
was,
still would have put
Have
it
some
out.
vermouth.
yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh
very
my
funny.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah, it was.
The worst abuse.
Gabby?
Gabby was pretty rough. But I probably deserved it because I was pretty new. I didn't know anything.
Is that a staff member?
What do you mean you deserve it? You deserve training and like being taught what to do.
Yeah,
You
but
don't-
dude,
I
like,
deserved
I was,
it.
no, but like, I was,
I was shit.
I still am kind of. But, no, like, I just didn't know anything about hospitality. And I just remember her saying to me, she's like, if you don't learn how to carry 3 plates, you're gone. And like,
Oh my
by
God.
next week, and I was like, I legit at home practiced 3 plates.
Oh
Yeah, I'm
my
not even
God,
kidding.
did you?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I went home, I had them up.
Oh, well, you got it down now.
But she was, I don't know, I think,
Just
I
offer the
couldn't
wrong,
carry 3 when I
wrong plates to
started.
people, Simon, don't you?
hey?
Just offer the wrong dishes to people.
Oh, yeah, don't. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah,
You are. No.
He was getting so angry with customers the other day.
I was fuming.
It's like, yeah,
But
you tell.
this is really cringy, eh? So it was like it's pretty busy, was it?
It's kind of
It was
busy.
busy
yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
like, you know, like the only reason I get frustrated, right, is because a lot of the times
I was watching him, just I'm not saying anything.
you take up plates most of the time, right? You take
Yeah.
up plates and you go to a table and you say, like, say if someone ordered a, I'm not going to say calamari for this instance, but someone ordered a Parmigiana, right? And you go, oh yeah, chicken parmy, and no one acknowledges you.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
hate
just-
that. I
Yeah.
can't
You,
stand
you
that.
know what I'm saying,
I
right?
can't
Annoying.
stand
It
that.
is so annoying.
Like you sit there and you
You
go,
think you've gone to the wrong table almost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like they're waiting for one leader of the table to
To
just
go, yeah,
distribute
that's
it.
the
This is
hill,
a
yeah.
bit-
Kids, that's
Yeah,
it.
you'll come over and you go, you're standing here and you go, oh, chicken parmesan, and they'll go, yeah, so anyway, so.
Yeah,
You're like-
exactly
you're
like that.
You're like, palmy, and then you have to wait for him to go, yes, here. And you're like, okay.
Like
You put it
you're a
down.
bloody nonsense.
Yeah. So anyway, I had, there was 3.
Yes.
So I had 3, because garlic prawns.
Yeah, 3 garlic
I had 3
Yeah, I
garlic
was
prawns in my
watching it the
hand,
whole
right?
time.
With 3 garlic prawns in my hand. And I went up,
Alan's like,
Yeah, it did not help. Yeah.
and I went up to the table, right? I went up to the table and I go, 3 calamari. I go, calamari with salad, lemon pepper calamari. And they look at me and they go, and I was like, Alan looked at me and Alan made eye contact and I was like, and I was like, calamari, like yelling calamari at this table. And then they finally look up and they're like,
good.
and this lady just goes, garlic
No,
prawns.
she corrected you.
Yeah.
She's like, they're garlic.
I was like, shut up. And I was asking all around up over nothing. And I was like, oh,
Like,
and then
why
I was
aren't
like,
they answering?
Who's got the goddamn calamari?
I'm
like, I
telling
don't
you
order.
guys.
No, we're just waiting on 3 garlic prawns.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And I was
That's
so,
so
I was like,
Made
when you
my
get
day.
mad and you get like heat, you feel like your
Flustered.
face gets flustered.
No one's
Yeah.
taking me seriously
like-
here.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh, fuck,
I'm gonna take these fucking
Take your
garlic
fucking
prawns.
food.
Oh yeah, so
Oh, that's
yeah, that was
funny.
really bad. So I had to like cringily like be like, oh, sorry, here's some garlic prawns. Put them down and then walk off. I was like, shit. And Alan's just like, just cracking up, laughing, looking at me.
Alan, have you got any gold for us from your time
gold.
behind the bar?
Ah, the top of my head. Simon's got a few crackers, I know that's for sure.
Yeah, I
Fair
reckon.
play, mate.
Well, have you got something that you could just go
Got it.
with, and then Alan can have a think?
You're going to retell that story about the Koreans.
Oh yeah, which one?
Shall we explain that we've already heard this one, but we
one else has.
I
recorded
want to
this
hear it. I
last
haven't
week
heard it.
Oh,
What is
so-
and
it?
it didn't work.
Yeah. So there's this guy that I first saw him when I used to work at IGA in Midland. I used to work, and he used to dig out the bins there. Like we'd catch him in the bins, and we'd be like, "Oi, get out of the bins!" And he'd just like yell, like obscenities at us, and just leave. When I first started working here, he was in here, and he'd drink about 3 pints or so, and then after like that 3rd pint, he'd start to tick over. And started yelling, just obscenities, just yelling, singing. He was
Give
Russian.
us, tell us. Could you do an impersonation?
Of him?
I don't know any impersonations of him.
needs another drink,
Like he
hold
would
on.
say,
If it's the same guy I'm thinking of, he's like, "Oh, you motherfucker!"
perfect, perfect, bang. Imagine that
Okay,
every
okay.
time, right? So he'd start doing that, and I'd look at him and I'd be like, "Oi, come on, like keep it down. There's people here." And he'd always just go, "Shh." He'd just look at me and go, "Shh," and I go, "Yeah, shh." And that was That was how
Yeah,
we.
understanding.
That was how, yeah, understanding. That's how we communicated. And yeah, there was one day I was like, he had his 3 and he started yelling, and then he came up to the bar for his last one. I was like, "You've had your 3," and he's like, "Oh, one more." And I was like, "Oh, I'll just give you a midi, and that's it." So I gave him a midi, and you know, I was like, "But you got to be shh," and he's like, "Yeah, shh." And I was like, okay. Then anyway, like some time went by, and I just saw, like, I couldn't see him anywhere. I just saw in the courtyard, everyone's looking in like one particular direction. Like everyone's
Customers.
yeah, all the patrons are just looking in one particular direction. I thought, fuck, what's going on out here? So I went out there, and he's there in the middle of the courtyard against the wall, pants like undone,
Stop.
like peeing in the courtyard. So like, what do I do here? You know, like, do I? Oi, like, I'm worried he's gonna turn around and piss on me. I don't really want to see that thing. Like, so I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? And he turns around and he passes, like, instinctively as well, right? When someone's acting up, you go to grab their beer off them, right?
Yeah.
So
Take the weapon off them.
exactly. So he turned to me and he's given me the beer, and I've just taken, like, he shoved it at me, and I've just gone, all right, I'll take it off him, and it's like spilled all over me and stuff. And then I said to him, "Oh, you got to go." And he's like, "Yeah," like, starts impersonation, please.
Hey, the motherfucker!
Yeah, he's like that. And I was like, "You got to go." I said, you don't ever come back. And he walked down the stairs, and I didn't really click at the time, but I thought it was a little weird that he just gave me his beer. Anyway, I went back to, like, clean up the mess, and there wasn't any mess on the wall.
It was in the
was
cup.
all in the cup, yeah. So
No, and it was
all up
over
on
you.
me, yeah, on my hands. The beer was warm, and it all kind of just started coming together, and I was like, man, what a way to go, eh?
Lucky you.
What a way to go. What a low point.
Yeah,
What a low point.
I know.
Hospitality has a lot of low points.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But I haven't seen him back. You said you saw him back the other day, all
Yeah,
walking
not
around.
that long ago. But I
you
just
told
cut
him
him
to-
off, and he swore at me and left.
You're done.
No way.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Because Galen quite often has to deal with him on like a Saturday morning. He'll
Yeah,
go,
he does come in.
Yeah.
He always used to say, like, we'd be like, "Oh, you can't have too many." He'd be like, no, I go to church on Sunday. I'm like,
But anyone, like other pubs, if anyone ever sees this, they would know exactly who we're talking about.
yeah, I
Like,
reckon. He's like a
be
skinny
well known.
Russian mad dog. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
He
Yeah.
looks like he should have like a parrot on his shoulder a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of walks like that stiff, like, walk. He doesn't,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
have a
Like
picture
shed
in
his
mind,
pants.
maybe.
Yeah.